Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be filming outside and let's get started. So today we're going to be talking about how you can further improve yourself to become a better man. And we're going to talk about why men in today's society no longer take the time to further better themselves. We need to also understand why you need to keep constantly work on yourself, because as a man, it is in our nature to become better and better than who we were yesterday. As a man, our main purpose is to constantly improve. And you can't become a high value man if all you do is just sit in your house all day, be on the couch, watch Netflix all day, and eat your potato chips, drink all Monster Energy cans and all of that stuff. That is no way for you to become a high value man. If you take a look at present society today, everybody's living in a state of comfort because it's easy to just get a job, it's easy to just get paid, it's easy to just do what everybody else tells you to do, what society tells you to do. And what is that? Society tells us that we need to go to school, we need to go get good grades, we need to go to university, and after university, hopefully we can get a job. And after we get a job, we just pay the bills, pay off student loans and everything, and live a life not completely fulfilled. And this is bad, especially for a man. And one of the biggest problems is that everybody just stops educating themselves right after they get out of university. They think that once I'm out, my education is completely over. So this is why men are no longer great men. I always say look at the bright side, but in honesty, in all reality, this is the harsh truth of the world that we are living in right now. This is the state of men that is living here right now. First, I want to give you a broad understanding of how societies work right now. The society is designed to keep us all in this way so that in a sense, they don't want us to keep bettering ourselves because the society is designed the way that it is. That is actually why the food pyramid was designed the way that it is. People are always overloading on carbs, but how can you expect the society to work if everybody is always taking care of their health, everybody's always eating the right diet and everything? If you're exercising and constantly better yourself, no, it doesn't. It does not work that way. So this is why sickness, cancer, and all of that goes up. So how do you expect the pharmaceutical companies to work and make a lot of profit if you are constantly taking care of your diet, constantly exercising, constantly be on the health and the fitness spectrum? It is designed to keep you from enlightening yourself. It is designed to keep you away from your true potential. As a man, once you realize who you are and what you're capable of, things will eventually start to change. So when it comes to women, a lot of men can't attract women these days because of the fact that they have not increased their value as a man. So they have no experience, they have no value, they have no knowledge, they don't even read books to keep bettering themselves. So one of the things that you actually need to realize is that women, they want to look up to you, they don't want to look down on you. So this is one of the reasons why women are also attracted to older men, because they have a lot of wisdom and intelligence to offer. So they love a man who is smart, knows how to think critically and analytically. So one of the things is, how can you expect to be smart if you just stay at your house all day, play video games after work, or watch your Netflix shows over and over again? If you're a man without a purpose, you will never be able to reach that kind of level. A lot of men are not doing anything to increase their value. In fact, if you ask the average man, what was the last book that he read? Most of the time the answer will be, I don't read books. So the problem with most men is that they believe that education stops right after they get out of university. That's where all of the learning stops, and that's where, their knowledge goes to waste because they just believe in what society tells them to do, which is constantly keep working, finding a better job, finding stability, finding security. If there is a saying that I like, is by Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn once said, formal education makes you a living, but self-education makes you a fortune. The thing is, you need to be constantly working on yourself. You need to be constantly improving. Otherwise, you die fast. This is why people who retire early, they die fast. So the number one reason why a lot of guys don't improve and work on themselves is because of their body. If you have a bod body, obviously you won't have a lot of energy. So one of the reasons why a lot of men, they have bod bodies is because they don't work on it. They would rather stay at home all day. So besides in like the video games and the Netflix, they also focus a lot on social media. They focus on how people are living their lives or what kind of pictures they need to post to increase their social validation. They spend a lot of time swiping on dating apps like Tinder or Bumble or whatever. So that's where all of the energies are wasted. That's where all of the energies goes. And once they get horny enough, they go into their Pornhub, start jerking off, start simulating themselves to make themselves feel good. Because of their diet of eating a lot of potato chips, drinking Monster Energies while playing video games, basically not being able to physically move. They're not pushing themselves hard enough. And I want you to know that all of these Coca-Cola and all these sodas, they're meant to destroy the bacteria in your gut that helps you process your foods faster. So one of the things that if you wanted to improve as a man, you need to constantly keep working on your body. So the second reason why men are also not focusing on bettering themselves is because they have not made the decision. One thing you need to realize is that you need to make the decision to work on yourself, to keep bettering yourself, to keep improving yourself. So grab a pen and paper, write down the things you want. This is really, really important. So one of the things that you need to write it down, write down the things that you need to work on yourself, write down the things that you wanted to improve. And I want you to sign it, and I want you to put a date on it. Like within 3 months, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to work on this, I'm going to work on that. And I want you to be specific on it. I don't know exactly what your main issues is or what your biggest problem is. So for me, honestly, it's working on my body. So right now my body is nowhere near peak physical performance. I work constantly each day to keep bettering it. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying that, I'm like your fitness guru or whatever. The thing is, you can always start. You don't need to be great to start. You don't need to run like 100 miles. You don't need to cycle like 20 kilometers in one day. Slowly by slowly, little by little, as long as you keep pushing and put your best work in every day, put in your best effort every single day on how you wanted to do it. If you're tired of like running 10 minutes, push yourself a little bit further. If you ran like 20 minutes the other day, today, why don't you try running for 30 minutes? That's how men improve. That's how discipline is built. And that's how hardship forge within you. And that is also what builds mental toughness. And by writing it down, you're already planning it on your subconscious mind that you're going to do this, that this is what needs to happen. This is what needs to be done. So the other reason is your daily habits, because we are what we repeatedly do. So you always got to ask yourself, what are you doing? What are your habits? What do you do on a constant basis? Are you checking your phone every single 5-10 minutes? Are you eating a lot of cereal and all these processed food every morning? Are you waking up early in the morning, going to the gym, trying to make your body right? Ask yourself, do you have a morning ritual and a night ritual? Because the thing is, you are what you repeatedly do. You cannot just constantly keep going on with the flow. Going on with the flow means that you don't have a plan, that you're just bouncing around. Today I feel like going to the gym. Tomorrow I feel like reading a book. Tomorrow I feel like doing this and that. This is why a lot of men, they don't improve. So if you know what your habits are, you gotta admit it to yourself. I'm tired from work. I play video games when I get home. I watch Netflix when I'm bored. I go to social media when I'm bored, because I was once at this state. I gotta be honest with you, when I was in Canada, all I have been doing is just smoking weed all day, watching porn all day, watching movies all day, playing video games all day, because this gives me somewhat of a temporary pleasure. It's what I wanted to do right now at this moment. I never think of the long term. And I was never focused into self-improvement. I never pushed myself in my body. Even when I work out, it was like always half-assed. And that is the truth, guys. And that is why I decided to go on this journey, and I decided to make these videos for you, because I want you to improve and I want you to become better. And all of this is a journey. We're all in this together as men. Men, we need to keep constantly working and bettering ourselves. That's how it should be. That's how it should be done. All right, a little bit of scenery change here. The next thing I'm going to talk about is your thoughts. So now you're going to ask yourself, what is occupying my mind? What is the things that I allow to get inside my thoughts? So one thing you always need to understand is you always need to eliminate all of the negative thoughts that are always in your head. Whatever is on your mind is what you become, is that what you embody as a person. If you think of yourself as a high value man, you're going to adapt all of these traits that what a high value man does. And what does a high value man do? The right mentality. If you constantly think about negative thoughts, then that is what destroys you. If you constantly think about what other people think of you, that is what destroys you. Thinking sexual thoughts all the time, thinking of like going on apps like Bumble or Tinder, or swiping here, and here, and thinking, oh damn, that girl is hot, I want to have sex with her. Thinking of sexual thoughts all the time is what results to you in watching porn and jerking off. And this is why I highly recommend that if you have not done it yet, please go on a semen retention journey. First try it for 30 days. See the benefits that you feel. Try it for 90 days, 120 days, and so on and so forth, because there is a lot of benefits that you can run from it. So semen retention is actually known as NoFap hard mode. So that means no porn, no masturbation, and no ejaculation. You can have sex as long as you don't ejaculate. You have to retain your semen in. But if you think that it's a little bit tough for you right now, you can also do NoFap. NoFap means you're not watching porn, you're not jerking off, but you're still allowed to have sex. But by sex, I mean you need to form an emotional connection and an emotional bond with a woman. Not like sex with a hooker or a prostitute, because that beats the whole purpose of you on your journey. A high value man never ever pays for sex. Never. So again, if you have all of these bad thoughts in your mind, you need to address them. You need to snap out of it. You need to eliminate them. This is how a high value man thinks. Your thoughts, they are the ones that shape your reality. All right, so now we got a view of the Esplanade right over there. Very good view. But also let's go on to the next point, which is books. The next thing that I'm going to talk to you is all about books. So like I said again, the modern man nowadays, if you ask them what was the last book that they read, they never even read a book. I would like to comprehend to you that a lot of men, they don't take the time to read anymore. Ask a man what was the last book he read, he would have no clue. Also, one of the things I wanted to address, that books and audiobook are two completely very different things, because reading books actually has a higher impact on the brain compared to just like listening to it, compared to the audiobooks. A person has their teachings, and people who have succeeded, you know, they have their biographies, they have written books about this. And all these books only cost like about $10 or $20. So you have to learn how to invest your money on these books. Trust me, it is a very huge investment. And then one day you would be surprised if you have like a library. You can actually pass it off to someone, maybe your kids. Just like going to the gym and working on your muscles, reading books actually exercises the brain. The more you read, the more you actually learn stuff. And I'm not talking like fiction books like Harry Potter or Frankenstein and all of that stuff. You can read that for leisure, but if you wanted to focus on growth, you need to focus on reading the self-development books, and not the ones like that is sugar-coated by gurus nowadays, you know, because like I said, a lot of people nowadays are soft. They're no longer hard men. Society and times has changed. If you wanted to learn from the best people, I would really suggest reading books from like the early 1900s. Books written by Dale Carnegie, Napoleon Hill, Og Mandino. But the next thing that I'm going to say is people who read but do not act is actually useless. Like, what is the purpose of you reading all of these profound knowledge and if you're not taking action on it? So if you read, please act. So you got to understand that if you don't focus on constantly improving yourself, trust me, one day you will actually die with regret. So that is not a good way to die. We're all going to die at some point of our lives. If you know that one day you're going to die, start doing it right by living the best life as much as you possibly can. Achieve as much as higher as you can go. So the main thing that you need to do is always focus on yourself. So stop with all of this potato chips, stop with all these processed foods, stop with like eating carbs all the time. Start working on yourself, start working on your body, start to becoming as fit as you possibly can. A man who has not trained to see the physical peak level of his body is actually a weak man. So focus on good nutrition, focus on your body, focus on reading books. That is the things that you need to do to constantly become a better and better man. This is why we always work every single day to become better than who we were yesterday, just like how your muscles work. You need to break it, and then it fixes itself and it becomes bigger and stronger. That's the mentality that you should have. You should push yourself every single day on becoming what you could do to better yourself. Thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe. Peace.